Other media, the newspapers are talking about. Alison Sargent is back, and we're starting in South Africa, aren't we, Alison? The African National Congress poised to pick its next leader. Now, it's between President Zuma's ex-wife and his deputy president, isn't it?
Right, Stuart. And both camps are very convinced that they're going to win. South African papers are calling it a real nail-biter, although they're hesitating to make any predictions. What they do say, though, is that they're concerned that no matter the winner, the result could be a permanent rift in the party. You can read that headline there on the front page of South African paper Business Day. This paper says, really, this has been one of the most fiery contests of the past 10 years, and that of all other times things got this tense, well, factions ended up splitting off from the party, so they think it's very likely that could happen again. And there's a cartoon I pulled out from the Mail and Guardian, another South African paper, that gives you a sense of what this conference has been like for delegates, just how tense it's gotten. This is the ANC delegates' survival kit, you can see. It includes a chair to sit on, but also to use as a shield, a colander to protect your head from flying chairs, so I guess chairs could be a weapon too, and finally a book on ANC giants to remind you of the glory days and of what the party once was.
Oh dear. The string ring, very nice.
Nasal
very nice.
decongestant.
What does it come to? But Alison, I mean, the ANC was the party of Nelson Mandela, ruled South Africa, of course, since apartheid. Many papers, though, saying, you can see by that, this is the death knell for the party.
Right, the writing is on the wall for the ANC. That's what South African tabloid The Sowetan says in their editorial today. They say the events of this weekend proved that the party is in terminal decline, and the paper blames in part Jacob Zuma, who many papers see as being on the decline himself. Zuma made an announcement over the weekend that the government would offer free higher education for poor and working class students. Many in South Africa didn't really know what to make of this sort of surprise announcement. So according to this cartoonist from Business Day, it was sort of a final bomb being dropped by the Zuma airplane that's really already on its way down.
Yeah, a lot of good cartoons today. Now, another big story in the press today. This is the UN Security Council set to vote on whether or not to cancel Trump's declaration that Jerusalem is the capital of Israel.
That's right. Big story in the region. It's on the front page of the Jerusalem Post today, although they do remind us that it's very unlikely this is going to pass since the U.S. has veto power over Security Council decisions. This proposition is just one of the ways majority Muslim countries have sort of been fighting back against Trump's declaration of Jerusalem as the Israeli capital. Turkey announced actually this weekend that they will be opening an embassy in East Jerusalem after they recognized it as the Palestinian capital. Now, Turkey has emerged as somewhat of a leader in the response to Trump's announcement, although it's Egypt that brought this measure to the UN Security Council today, and my colleague at the Arabic desk found an interesting analysis from Qatari paper Al Arabi Al Jadid. They say actually that Egypt proposed this measure as a way of stealing that spotlight back from Turkey and attempting to gain credit of their own for being a champion of Palestinian rights.
And the UN Security Council meeting comes as the UN is in fact marking its International Migrant Day. Now, to mark this occasion, the website Politico has published a moving tribute to Rohingya refugees.
Right, Stuart, these are photos of toys. Some of them are makeshift toys. Others are toys that Rohingya children brought with them when they fled from the violence in Burma to Bangladesh. So I think hopefully we should be able to scroll through them. You can see, I guess if we can't see them, there's a ball, a toy gun, but also things like bottle caps, syringes, pieces of plastic and string. So all in all, when you look at them together, it's a real testament to childhood imagination and also resilience.
There we go, got them in the end. Well, we're going to go from talking about children who have nothing to a man who has everything. This is the Saudi Crown Prince. Now, he's gone and purchased the world's most expensive home.
That's right, and it is right here in France. In fact, it's just to the west of Paris. This is the Chateau Louis XIV. You can see a photo of it along with the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman in the paper Al-Quds. Now, he bought it back in 2015, and at the time, his identity was kept secret. Well, now the cat is out of the bag. He was also revealed to be the secret buyer of the record-breaking Da Vinci painting last month. You might remember that.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, making quite a few pricey purchases.
Yeah.
Al-Quds is...
Yeah,
no.
Until now.
Until it's not. Well, and there may be a reason why, actually, because Al-Quds, they're quite sarcastic in this article, and they remind us that this is the same Saudi prince who recently led an anti-corruption crackdown in his country.
Okay.
So maybe a reason why. Meanwhile, though, the Saudi prince, he's not the only leader with a love for luxury chateaus, it must be said. The French President Emmanuel Macron held a very lavish birthday party this weekend at the famous Chateau de Chambord. Now, he's turning 40 on Thursday, but he celebrated his birthday a little bit early. And as you can read in in the Times, Macron was highly criticized for this party for, quote, living like a king. Macron, though, his advisors say he paid for it all himself and it wasn't that expensive, only 1,600 euros.
And he said last night it was a Christmas party, not a birthday.
Oh, really?
Exactly.
Okay, well,
1,600 euros?
1,600 euros.
we'll have to see what the birthday party brings.
I wish I could spend 1,600 euros on a birthday party. It's a bit pokey, that mansion, though, I thought. I mean, there's no room for a washing machine. Where would you put it?
Stone.
Stuart.
Thank you, guys. Delano and Alison on France 24. More news coming up after the break. Do stay with us. Don't go away.